5 Luminar tips that wowed everyone at Imaging USA is our topic today, and it begins now. Hello everyone, so no, we're not live at Imaging USA. I took an earlier flight, made it back to Florida, and I want to present with you just the 5 top tips that I showed. I showed a ton of them throughout the entire time we were there, from 11 straight through till 5 every morning. But the top 5 was face relight, presets, and how they were an incredible teaching tool, power line removal, studio lighting, and then of course, layers. So I'm just gonna jump right in. I'm not going in any set order. So I'll start with presets, because here I am. So with the presets, what they loved was this right here. For this photo is using AI technology to look at this image and think, okay, well, what tools combined together will make this image look extremely well? Well, I love the experimental one for this, all right? And I just went through, when you hover over them, I think that was the one I used. It just comes in, and you can pick, well, I like that one too, but you can pick which one. I'm going to use Celebrate. What they love best about it, I mean, look at this. In one shot, how awesome was that? And then, of course, you make your favorites. Here's my other favorite one. But what they loved also about it is I can dial in the effect or dial out the effect or the strength of the effect as much as I want. I'm going to go back to Celebrate. I'm going to leave it at 100%. Let it take. And then from here, once I come here to edit, let it wait 1 second. Let me get back. There we go. All right. Come on. Almost there. It's being a little fickled. Do before and after. There we are. All right. And then under edit, think of this as the history tool, the edits. What they loved best about it was, here we are, it shows you all the tools that were used to create this effect. Now you may not think that that's a big deal, but back when Silver Effects Pros, part of Nick's collection, my absolute favorite black and white tool, I had no idea how they created it to make it look the way they did. So what I love best about what our engineers did was they made this a white box, meaning, look at this, you can actually see these are all the tools they used to make it look like this. And here's that layer. They put it up on top. Boom. So now you can learn how to recreate this on your own. All right. Look at this. Before, after. All right. So that was presets. Power line removal. I'll use this image instead. So many wow effects on this. Literally, you hear him say, wow. So let's go to Essentials, Erase, and then Power Line. From here, it's going to do the majority of the erase for me. And I keep saying that, think of it this way. Luminar, Skylum, we don't want to replace your workflow. What we want to do is enhance it. And if you're used to the Lightroom and Photoshop workflow, then you can use it as a plugin and will help you do the things that Lightroom can't do, but will take years to master in Photoshop. Excuse me. That's where we step in, and look at this. Power line removal is actually one of them. Before, after, and then up in here, if it didn't get what you want, I still have complete control to come over and erase. And then we'll do this one right here too. So this is actually part of the image, but yeah, let's just get rid of this here. And boom, right? And then if there's a spot, let's just say in here, I'm not sure if it did anything, but we'll check. Actually, I'll just do this. Yeah, okay, look. So look what it did. It mistaken this bottom piece for it? Well, I'm going to hit restore. There we are. Look at that. And then, of course, go back. And this is a JPEG image, so you're seeing the ghosting and the fringe. And then just come back and just finesse it. Almost there. There we are. And restore. Look at that. All right. So, of course, I'd continue with it from there. But what an amazing tool from this to this in such a short time. Right now, I would actually just erase that whole area there. All right. So that was number 2. Let's go out. We'll do layers. Here's my good buddy Sterling. Let's revert to original. I did use a black background. That's something you have to create in a graphics program. Now what I'm going to do is come in, show all, and let's find Sterling. Here he is. So let's bring all 3 of those images in on a layer at 100% opacity. Next one. Of course, you heard me joke before. Here's his brother Daryl and his other brother Daryl. Good. And I think they were more impressed with this because of the background removal tool. So I'm going to move the Sterling 1 to the top. And the only way I can see what's underneath him is if I remove the black background that he has. So, masking, portrait background removal, remove it. And now it's going to punch a hole and show me what's behind him, which is him again. Now, what's really cool is this refinement brush. Look at this. That's showing you what AI is doing. So that's showing you that the blue there is the background. Then you have the transparency, and then you have the actual object, which is in the gold or tan area. So, and if I want to tweak it, I can tweak it from here. For now, I'm just gonna leave it as is. Take the bottom one. I'm sorry. Every time I see that image, scooch them over. Carl, I said scooch once again. Move him over. All right, here we go. Portrait background removal. Remove him again. Now this works because he was photographed on black. So if it doesn't do a perfect job, the black is hiding it. All right, and then of course, last but not least, I make the first one a little bit bigger just for depth perception. And there we have it. Sterling with his 2 brothers in the background. All right. So that I think is absolutely awesome. Imagine doing that with your children, grandchildren, nieces or nephews. I think it'd be pretty cool, especially if they play more than one sport. That would be a really cool thing for them. All right, magic light. I wish I took this photo. So this is one of my absolute favorite photos. In fact, Scott Kelby and a few of my friends told me that these brothers, there's 3 of them, they stopped fishing and became models, but they made more money modeling for tour people coming in. All right, so here we are. We're going to come down here to the portrait tools. And face relight. This portrait photographers went nuts over this. Look at that. That is absolutely amazing. To take it a step further is where I show them one of the extensions, magic light. So here his face is glowing. Let's add more intensity on that light. But what I don't want is the beam's width. So I'm going to brighten it up, increase the glow. There we have it. And there. Now look what I did there. All right. Now I'm going to just quickly apply a preset for you, just show you the real finished product with it. And I think I called it Man in a Boat, maybe. Yep, Man in a Boat. Here we go. And give it a second to render. Oh, look at that. And the only thing different, what I did there was, you saw what I did here. Just use the tone tool. In fact, I'll show you. Use the tone tool. here to give it a golden hour, or I'm sorry, a blue hour, but then used Masked AI to only apply it to the background and not to him. And then of course we finish it off with a vignette. All right. Wow, we're bombing these, we're moving right along with these. And last is Studio Light. This one you guys haven't seen in a while. Portrait photographers loved how our magic light took. This was honestly a throwaway shot. Here's the original. Second to render, actually edit. And it's gonna lag just a little bit, but I'll show you before and after. There we go. Look at that. Before, I wasn't really excited about this shoot. That I like much better. All right, so let's see what we did here. The only thing I did was enhance the face, but what I did differently was I applied it and then just masked it just to the eyes. Here's the real power horse. Look at this. So how do we get that? This is called a gobo, or a go-between, this pattern. Increase the brightness. Smoothness I leave alone. But this light contrast is huge with dealing with the background of the light. Because if I leave it like this, it's not really believable. If I start to tweak it, look at that. Now it looks like I actually put a gobo or something, a go-between the light itself and the subject. You shine the light through, and whatever pattern, in this case here, blinds, it's going to appear on the subject or on the background. And I know our engineers are constantly improving our tools. I can't wait for this to appear on the background, because that would absolutely be amazing with that. All right, so right here is where, if I didn't do the light customization, this is what it would look like. Just adding more light into the scene. So light customization is big, along with the depth. Watch this. Look at the difference between adding depth to the image mixed with the amount or the strength. This is the really, really cool effect that we're creating. And of course, down in here, I can tweak it even more. Look at this. And decide where I want that swirl. And even, oh, I like it. Okay, you know what? I really like it. Okay, I like it there a lot. Now, I can come under mask, brush, and erase the effect just on the eyes. Look at that. Or make it just a little softer up on top. There we go, look at that. Before, after, absolutely amazing and gorgeous. All right, so there we were. I'm trying to think how long they took us. It wasn't, actually, let's see. Wow, 13 minutes. So in under 15 minutes, we went through 5 quick tips that wowed everybody coming up through. Because remember, a lot of you, especially our Luminar insiders that are watching this live, you've seen me do these several times, different images throughout the years, and your attitude is like, yeah, okay, we already know that. These were people that have never seen Luminar Neo, and when we showed them these tips, they just went nuts over the fact that the presets were a great learning tool to teach them, and in fact, how if we were to click on any of the tools, see if I have it here. Yeah, mine's still acting up. But if you click on any of the tools, over here you can actually see what the tool, the description of the tool, and it lets you have the user manual built right into the software program. All right? Well, guys, thanks so much for joining us. And once again, we're back from Imaging USA. It was an absolute amazing event. We had 2 of our Skylum affiliates. Carly, which all of you sellers, which you all love and adore, and Kevin Dooley, nature photographer, which is extremely talented, achieving some of the highest honors that they had at imaging. In fact, Carly got her master's, and I believe Kevin had the best in show in the U.S., and he's part of the U.S. Travel team, or the U.S. World Cup team, I think it is, for his images. The one he had was a beautiful elephant, and the angle that he shot it was just absolutely amazing. He does a bunch of tours in Africa, and then of course Carly, with all of her overlays and presets and the artistic stuff she adds, they won so many awards. I couldn't be more proud of them all the way through. So, all right, well, if you're here, please stick around for the Ask Me Anything segment. Everyone else, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you at the next coffee break.